I saw and what I've seen, I wish I can unsee, basically.
So she had Berikavudo Kawes Wone, so 90 Jotupa Venabaka Baba. So it affected muscles a week. So what do I do? The Kukura, and I see of school.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yesterday, I saw Wagabanza interchange. Adaro pasi pa tiba. Nodi tiba ja yamunyenya yo jandi kutulukira okuku kanjinga kaje jigeja mapisi takulika yose eri apo muntu paimazi bambwe kuti ngozi yodori angochitika kumene ena ngoima magali moto and this guy is there like I say ineyo mpaka ndauza jena damene I said angodutsani please just pass, don't stop. I've never seen anything like that in my life. But anyway, that is about Zabanseo. The issue here is sometimes you wish you don't have the capacity to see some things. But then, all they pray for, all they wish was to just have sight for one day. But they don't have that luxury or they don't have that aribe. And that speaks to our podcast today. My name is Dennis Iman and this is Lab 20 podcast. And my guest today is someone who giving hope to people that are unable to see, people that have difficulties with their vision and how many samaona. So that story that I was talking about was just something that I experienced, and that is the memory of me seeing something. But then at the same time, so Munthodi samaona, what could be their reaction to something? How do they react to these things? I can't do anything that has brand like graphics, so yeah, I'm sitting down in the Staff Nyoni.
Yeah.
That's your full name, right?
Yeah, that's my full name. Actually, they like you. Jodi Nadenga kwa Mbaliwanga. Yeah, so other this year, but I just took the first name and made it my name also. Yeah, so like one of my way of.
It's you just adopted it.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I remember all the time when I was reading about anything that has to do with you, Pamakala, Staff Nyoni. It's only when you texted me, you said you said like what all right. Cool. I've read several things about you, and one thing that comes to mind is Men Magamba's issues to do with vision and people with visual impairment, and what is Samaona. Before we started recording in Magufusa, because I was got confused with that. What this guy do to you? There was always Save the Children in the picture. I know now na Zamuni Fund, and then just last week before we talked, I had seen something that Bright Chizumen had posted about your interventions when it comes to helping people. I mean, Samaon. Let's get there. What's this thing that you have? What? Because that was, I think, maybe 3 years ago, right? When you did the hackathon, 4 years ago.
Yeah, 4 years.
Yeah. What's this project, and why do you have interest in the Anhodi Samaona or
Yeah, cool. I think Jamba and I've been really finding the interest in the Antamene Samaona, right? It all goes back to my personal experience. Yeah. In time you do call Kunzuzu police. because my father was a police officer.
Okay.
Yeah, so my grandfather was visually impaired. Of course, he was born okay. Yeah, one time due to my illness and then I was already in a bank affect side. So now for close to 2 years. So I've seen him being someone who was visually impaired. I've had close interaction with him. Yeah. So my dad last year in 2015 we went to stay in Chengo. So I saw my experience with Ngatamineo. Then when I came kugamba school ya kajenjede kujani ku Diang. Ndio mimi nabanga maprizo kajenjede. So mimi komwe nditambo banga ICT naona ngati ina program yomwe imani banga ala kupanga kedi china yake. Yeah, so tukuphunzirabe timatabu mwapanga ma school project yani koma I was always having that reference kudi okay, how can I solve my challenges naona ndi kumuzi. Yeah, so that's where pana where so no interest so that maybe I should develop something we should address one of these visually impaired. Okay. So I never ambira zose. So I think moving forward with school kuja we started researching what are the solutions available for our friends who are visually impaired. So doing our research we saw panema solution nalipo kwaona it was more to do ndi munthu ngati mena nali agogwa ine because agogwa ngana munthu oti wagula mwina ngofuna distance mwina china kizimuyengera nchanje ends there. Kwaona nga kwa mwana amene amapita ku school ndo wasiya like this girl ndo it was a challenge. Yeah, so that's when I said okay, now let me come with a solution to make sure that mwana uyu amene anandivuto saona asasiyo bila ku school, you know. So povanga bit stage we thought it wasn't just yeka panali anthu ambiri muziko lina Malawi komanso maiko ena ozungulira amene ena asali ku school ena ali ku school kwaona osamaphunzira mofunikira bwino mwene chifukwa choti ali ndi vuto la kusaona. So zimene zimapita pake nazo zimapanga zimabwezesa anthu aja kaphunzisika ka progress yawo ya class. Mzaona kuti mina mpeza mwana oti ali ndi zaka mina 17 koma visually impaired peza mwana uja ali mina stand 4 zomwe mwana mina ali bwino oti amaona bwino enda kupanga school bwino zona pasaka zomwe zichi mwina ali ku university because now university anganamba zaka 17. That was 2019. Yeah, so now nakuti panali vuto limene, so that's when panabwera nakuti okay, now let me come out with a solution, you know. Of course part of it was a dedication to, you know, respect to my grandfather who the canal and I was like, you know, so more of an emotional thing and stuff. That's where I draw the passion and courage to start developing this platform.
Okay. We have had one of our guests, is a lecturer at Nzuzu University. Blessings. Is a very interesting guy. When we met him, but as time went by, he became blind, like he doesn't but he has been excelling in his academics. He's a lecturer, he's studying for a PhD. And kungo yankula naye, for me, he brings to you, even he brings to me this guy, you are a very rare type of person. You've also samabanga subscribe kwambili ku zintu zambi zimene anthu are visually impaired subscribe to. But he has been an outlier to be able to acquire education. Pamene ineyo anthu ambiri it could be 90+%. Anthu amene ali ndi vuto la kusaona amapanga struggle kwambiri when it comes to education. One thing is you cannot take away kuti these people are more gifted in other ways. They are gifted in other ways, but then society yathu inaika academic performance based on a holistic syllabus. Yoti aliyesa amene akhale mmenemo. It doesn't matter kuti kaya akupanga noti kuti gift yako kaya ndi football kaya ndi chani, but as a society what we have created in this holistic approach to education, nonse mugenda muphunzire masamu mugenda muphunzire geography and hugely method yake yopanga deliver zimene zozo ndi mphunzitsi akhale kutsogolo chalkboard amene alibe ma chalkboard they will use kaya maslates it's either panopa kumabwera PowerPoint or you can write with all these technologies and sight is one thing that you use a lot akhoza kuuza but there's a lot of emphasis kuti wena uone kuti upange understand and just looking at that scenario and that situation and hearing what you're doing, I've always had this interest. Okay, Dr. Blessings said all these things that he has used, and most of them anapanga admit kuti ni ma systems oti ndodula kwambiri to access. How does your solution yako work? Because we're looking at antoti ambiri ndovutika ana my primary schools already sagapanga afford makope jani. The system that you have been working on, you have developed, how does it work?
Okay, so I think the other thing which yometina unaso kwambina inga nkani ya cost, because we understand the society at yometina ya Malawi wanted to make something which is cost effective for them, so it's a simple solution in terms of cost. Of course resources are involved. We have made it more accessible for my primary school learners, you know. So just to describe a solution a bit, so we're using artificial intelligence, so the communication behind is voice based, because we have seen okay, someone is having problems with his or her sight. So I think ngati akumva, so should be visually impaired one ngati akumva, so that's the perfect to use the solution. So we train the system with the national curriculum, because remember we're trying to solve
learning.
So the national curriculum, so the train system ija the national curriculum ija, you know. So when tibanga install mujani mu computer mujam device, can be a tablet or what, when mwana ujama pasa ka control kangono gena gaki kamena magisa ngito for navigation ndio ndo makarova as mates zinazake kama iko phone app, so when bas mwana uja akapanga press ka controller akachanga panga trigger laptop ija disable system ija when bas ndo di mpisuja mpanga welcome mwana uja sanga class yake using ka keyboard and then system ya kama yankula mwana uja mapanga control using ka keyboard gacha poti mwana uja yankuli mwana uja samadana mayankula, so bas mwana yosama kandi ID number yake yomwe matanza kuti tiziziwa kuti kodi mwana yo ndi ndani, so nepanga system ikhaye more personalized kuti ngati akuphunzitsa vankhala kuti iyeyo ndi mphunzitsi basi zomwe maitika za iyeyo ndi mphunzitsi, so then basi mwana uja akasankha basi subject yake venalo one class mezimakhanga limezi makhala mu physical class mja kuti mphunzitsa kuphunzitsa kulandira kufusafusa muziyankhana yachani. So we also made kuti pena the process of just learning pena makhala yokwana, so to make it more engaging and entertaining tinayika soka section kuti nthawi so the teacher ujamatha kumayimba nyimbo ndi anayi just to keep them entertained kuti ndumatani ndumaphunzitsa choncho, then kumapeto kwake ama basi apanga ti exercise nga lesson ya exercise mezi makhalira mja kuti muphunzira kumapeto kwake mpasipa exercise kena kumujongedwa chani mwana uja ngasana amve basi choncho mpaka na amfusa mphunzitsi uja mphunzitsi swatani amfuruza so kuti mwana uja rani amve munjira zosiyana. We also noted kuti nthawi zambiri ana akakhala ali in class mphunzitsi amakhandi fixed time kuti aphunzitse, mwina mpasa for example 45 minutes nenga bana imwana nake mendi slow lane ndio akali mujarani amusiyambu not kuti sanga tinge concept ya umefodi time yo ndio bana fix so mwana ujarani akusidwa mambuyo, so going back to issue ya accessibility kuti my device ambina makala o dulirapo and you are giving this solution kwa anthu amene cost wise how are you making it? So the brand classrooms is for free kwa ana amene akugisa ntchito aja, so we learn other initiatives, some community, which are aimed at generating revenue to sustain the project teacher. Of course, at a later stage, we might do free premium. I mean, them won't use it at home, so those who maybe they can subscribe and stuff. For Malulos, I mean, in government schools, they're getting it for free. So we pay for the internet, for the facilities, the training and stuff, everything. Yeah, so they get it for free.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would want to understand on the training, but before we go there, because I think that would be a little bit more, what equipment is being used? Let's say mwana wajabirang class, what equipment is there?
Okay, so pali laptop, can be a laptop or a tablet.
A tablet,
yeah. Then pali ka controller for navigation.
So this controller is attached to the computer itself.
To the computer,
And then you have talked about my headset.
The mic. Yeah.
Is this like just any normal headset, in the mic, or these are like specific mics and this controller? Because when you say controller, I'm thinking of PS controller. I mean, is it like what type of controller in the?
Okay. I think it goes back to kuliseja bodi Kabange. We saw good banana solutions there. Or for someone to be a basic user, or you are a basic user, or to put a solution you manage, you have to know at least 40 to 50 key combinations. And so now kodi munu jampu sema combination okwana fede to 50. Zinakazo juruga kuti azotoke ukapanga ichi ndichi papanga jaja kuti ichi ndichi panga. So if you made it simple, with only 3 keys, so it's a simple keyboard with just 3 keys, ta ta ta. So manzo okay, ukafuna kusanka madina, ukafuna kuyamba madina. So everything's controlled via but my 3 keys are so it's a simple braille keyboard. Yeah. Of course, that one we don't develop it ourselves. Poyamba dinkabanga toka kama we see what the cost of development was high than cost of purchase. Yeah, mwezo mina maunit na mina maungulisa kamozi kwa mfuna mbule paki kuti ngotenga mkaunit kamozi, so the cost was high. So we just opted that we should Gula, we'll be customizing it for our needs. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the so the accountable laptop imozi kabena tablet ka control kamozi ndujeni is one system. Yeah. So my school make more 10 systems each. So system imozi is able to cut 1 to 10 a day. So we believe kuti kama systems okwana 10 zimata kwanila kupanga kata anaosaje udapuzile buno bwino.
Okay.
Yeah.
On the training of the system itself, because we have got the gadgets there and whatnot, but then we're looking at my courses. I mean, okay, one, my age ranges. I mean, upanga target kuti ayambe kuuza system iyi from what age?
Yeah, so we're saying basic education. Yeah, because it might be kuti muntu uja mgamamba najo ali wangono ukugwa makazo da zikula najo indi. So we're targeting starting from standard 1 to standard. Of course, we're in primary schools for now, but we plan once we are successful with our phase 1 of piloting, we jump into secondary schools. Yeah, so we're starting it from standard 1. So we teach them mena mngabangire bwino chanchani choncho, so timambira wina lesa zonga za standard 1 kanuza kazo nyumanga to standard 1 you are qualified to use the platform. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are these kids able to, because I'm thinking laptop, most of these kids sana able to computer and you have a key in your hands. Even keyboard your way with letters and stuff, you have to at least have a basic knowledge of just use of the. So with this key, how easy is it for them to just learn the use of the system itself, looking at the equipment that they have, and also for them to now navigate through content in Katim?
It's very, very easy for them than I thought.
Okay.
Yeah. Poyamba when think kapito kabanga training, thought it would be a very hard task to train them how to use it. One jima kazodi ana jogabicha chintu chicho. They're in the lulos. Just by seeing a laptop in front of them, they're already excited.
I think curiosity is higher by looking at a laptop or a gadget. For
so makauda ndi positive mind ya chingini chakuti okay chintu chindi yani So kama phunzisa mene ungabangire chintu ija, of course we train the teachers will train the kids. We either way we can also train the kids directly. Magamanga thomeni nkabanga biroting, we are training the kids directly. Kamano we thought, okay, let's train the teachers to be training the kids how to use it. So nani, so I thought it would be hard for them. Kamano, it's all exciting when you bring such solutions to them. So ukangwa uza kuti ababa tabanga njoni mafika ntaina goes anach amakuphunzisana soka okay. Like the nthawi nake I remember nditapita ku Kasungu ndimakaendera nabwesa materials anyu anondika pasi. So popanga configure materials nakuti nayo wala kuti kodi kunapanga configure bwanji. When you went to site uja ndamena kuti ichi chitu pajandija kuti anaso manuza so ene. So it's very easy like that. I think if I would akazona zunzia kandi positivity. So kama police as makala, that's straightforward for them. So it's very easy for them to understand. Yeah.
All right. Now let's get to the content itself. Yeah. Standard 1, kulima courses about Chichewa, Masamu, English. I think life skills. What is it covered? Which primary school? Standard 1. What are the key? English, Masamu. Okay, 3. Expressive arts. As it grows, it's when the other. Okay. How easy is it? Because I'm looking at just the basic curriculum. Let's say standard 1. A, E, I, O, U. Kenako. We're looking at the numbers. Is it where? How easy is it to actually train the system with this, and where do you train it, and what type of resources have you been putting in place with it? System wa trainer in a way that ungakaibange install mwana ndikumamva and interacts with it. What process yake in modern?
Yeah, I think it all go back to the technology and children. We all know that in this modern age, AI, artificial intelligence, has made process more not say faster to do. Of course, the understanding is very key. You should understand how you can navigate through. So, what we do is we make sure that we involve the champions in the process. So we take the content, we give it to the teachers. So the teachers will say, okay, fail. Tika karandi content ili anadikama puzis. This is how we do ma scheme watu. Leso nisoma kandi success criteria yake good okay. Pakutaba puzilo ana ziwe kubanga easy in this. So tima basa zipozisaja afizi kwaje. That's pojama zigawa good okay. Tima zibanga join. So then if we take content yoma basa zipozisaja because sitting abange zosiana ndi zomwe bomali kufune. Otherwise tikapanga zoti tufati kapeke ku anoti ali under government tupanga zosiyanda kuti sisikhala bwino. So that's why you involve as police because they are champions in that field. So tikatenga content manager even if maitenga mukadaulo wathu mujani of course it's more technical. Ndikufuna mawe inagaba football ndigwisa ntchito komano awundithawa. Yeah, komano tikatenga content manager, that's why now we feed the visual teacher. With instruction, good okay. At this time, act this way. At this time, act this way. Mwana kabanga is do this and stuff. I think people who are more technical will understand what I'm trying to mean. Yeah. So the process is like that, and the coming in of AI in the system is making it good. Is carry more faster in terms of doing. Yeah, so yeah, that is the assignment we got. It was good. We should try to the pilot which we are doing. We were in 3 classes, so we were asked to do from standard 1 to standard 8 English only. Of course, from English we're going to jump into mathematics and stuff. Yeah, so that's the thing. Yeah.
Okay. So what you're saying is currently you are covering from standard 1
Yeah, no. Now, what we're trying to do now is to cover from standard 1 to standard 8. Yeah, of course. At first, we were piloting in standard 5, 6, and 7. Yeah, that was our pilot class. Because we also did a lot of testing to see if it's something which is really working, and we have seen improvements. It can really help. So now that's when now we're given an assignment. We should cover now from 8 from 1 to 8. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of technological solutions from, I would say, let's say around 2015, 2016, when the kind of tech boom happened in Malawi with hubs. Okay, there's a hub here, a hub in Zomba, a hub in Uku. There, like, tech enthusiasts are meeting in these spaces and hackathons and whatnot. There have been a lot of prototypes. I mean, and my applications are za my applications are zakulela, my applications are zandalama, my applications are zakukoti. I've seen like a lot. Like a lot. I was part of the judges team. That was actually the first time that I heard about this thing under Save the Children. And there were a lot of things. Of course, I just went there like on the final day. But there were, I think it was for several days that people were pitching. It was more like incubation. What was happening there, and what other things do you remember? There was chakuti. Because I want to understand how sustainable the space is and how you think you can sustain your project moving forward.
Okay, so I think that time what was happening was Save the Children released a call for application. That time I was still at University Kudiang. So I've just okay, this is an idea which I need to do. We all know having an idea is another thing. Also, having people to support you is also another thing. It's also key. Mostly when it comes to implementing ideas. So I applied and I was selected. When we were selected, Nabita will BICC, and that was being organized by Save the Children and the Mzuzu Hub. Panova and the Imagine Livelihood. The one. So the Nabita Mene Mujagu, we were. Can I also go and buy Kalamu space? Yodi. Ndakumanandi and azaluswa ya magono
techies and
Tanzania zote pa school jabe kwa mano pesa yote amina inajoka ku masti inajoka ku mubasi yani. That was my first time. So anati amene mujamu we are receiving mentorship kuti pitching ndiyani naga zoso wamba uli kome kuja sima zoso ndiyani. So I remember that time ndongo za ifazo bwera muduni za
whatever comes to your mind.
So that time in the idea ilijabe vavipala kuti okay idea indi so I remember that time 9 supervisor nga ku school mandi chill. So now okay tangopanga idea komano sidi kuzodi now starting from developing tiambira vadi like we did the architecture idea and the wangi sidi kuzio. So nali kumene ujago and inafika nthawi jakuti idea ya dusa inde komano tajafuna ni prototype and ife tribe yodi tingaonesa. So that time unali Crispin the innovation manager so amaende ndatabwera pa ine kuti ndaonesa yani basi nangosegula ikiseva jina yake nangosegula ikiseva jina yake ndoda project ndovanga janili ndimene akusaona kuti zibo sinangane so mtholi sodi see
you would not understand the Eugene guy. Was it a code or what was it?
Na maloko save omwewa amene ndimabisa chilo nangojisegula panga modification kuzachiona kuti because nkaupa kuti akangotaona ndibe china choti ndionese ndoti ndi class kuti zanga sizipabo. So basi anapanga pamene pachapa basi ukhala napeza pena kena kuti tingopanga be kuti tingoonetsa. So ndinapanga presentation yamba which I think you were also involved as a judge. Major Nadusa. ndeve nice wano yomaliza sopano so yomaliza ankafuna anthu atatu kuti anthu atatu apase kangachebe kuti ngati kuti ndalama yoti
they can go and actually do the prototype to more like a trial
kono to be honest sana ima solutions ajoti ngatenge background kutenga ndimene zimwe tinkapanga sangafuna tingopanga pitch idea ija it was only for 2 weeks so realistically sungapanga project to be background for 2 weeks unless you it's a website and stuff so yomaliza ija sitina pambane nawo yani nde oyamba nali believer wachiwiri nali obre wochitatu anali innocence so ife sitinapambane nawo ndi anzathu aja natenga napasidwa kangachebe kuti apitirize project yawo ijafendera kuti ndani zoti basi tenangoona kuti apapa ndoti tingoona kuti masamwina tira tiyendesa bwanji vendidakali ku skulu konko innovation manager chanandizimbira phone Crispin kuti asenkulu of course simunapambane komano idea yako ndiona ngati kuti ndi yabwino kuti utapasidwa thandizo lina I believe kuti uthopita patali so ananzala ubwera chitatu ndikukatenga nzako amene anawinaja ndikukayika ku incubation ku next gen then ndikufuna nawenso kutani ubwereno tivaire limozi nde tinapita umene kuchako then kuzaona sinangabe mulalo chota nzako apeza chipambano apasidwa kena kake iweyo wangolowa ngati cha mutu choncho mulalo yake benalija inalilo nde wezika kuti atatipanga introduce kuchako ndena kumana nawo bwana Crispin nazo mano bwana muziwa of course mwandipasa platform kuti ndipitilize komano ineyo transparency bwera kuno ndilibe nde I was like uziwa paize ndi amkhandinda ndi abwana aku next gen bwana Eugene kuti we should allocate some funds kuti zupanga zikuthandizira zimbensi basi de basa namba mali basabe nthawi imene amali basa 30,000 pa week kuti ndizendera nga transport ndemazabe mfana kuti uli ku school so ndama yaso maimenyaso masamu
tell data airtime taxibo
lejo wini mapanga mango joka badiyange bajaba nduyima bamimo ndori bamimo bajana madigila magamo dojoka ori mavenda odaga ina tomato yanchana ojoka jaku kasungu nasa mangolo waso mudi momwe ndoti pinya makawara ndisiya basidemo ni bajani mango ponda bande on tibuya ndiri ku next gen
this side Chinji road up
Chinji road pobwera basi mango meyaso zalumbazi basi uyo wautali so namba no incubation ija amatipa saitanizo ku next gen ujako kuti panga like mentor kuti muteki industry sinanga za nyuwani zindozi mungapange navigate bwanje uzomwe mwena kupanga ndizomwe mwena kusapanga ndisitizo so napezeka kuti tinapanga prototype yoyamba mothandizwa nazatha ku next gen sinanga yo kandi ma tech experts so akaona mazota takonzana apa tapanga ndichonchi so tinapanga yoyamba ndokayipanga test ku kasungu and sipo mwedi nkayipanga test yo inaijazwa kuti sininkazi waso kuti ngati zikagwire so kapenaye koma napita umene kuchaku kuona anagwisa ntchito it was just straightforward tapanga apa yonchana aja magwisa ntchito so it was a motivation to me kuti kati chinthu chichi chikugwira di ntchito pachani pa ground ndekuti energy yonso pano inakula when went back titatenga feedback wanaja kuti musintha apa ndi apa went back kuchani ku next gen kuja ndikukapanga kwamba no kukonza ma feedback amene tinandira kuja kuti kind product ya BOM nde tinapangaso ndikapangaso test iso when the process napezeka kuti project jai bas we started getting recognition with my body zena kunja chanchani so we were moving like that when the process is that's when now we also made yani Money Fund so Money Fund tina kumana now we did our pitching and stuff when tinasankhidwa mu top 70 when tinapangaso pitch pa top 70 baja we were in the top 20 the top 20 anali basa drama kuti we should deploy the project uyani ku days so they said well, okay, here's your solution, here's the money, go on to days and deploy the solution so nakhala ku days ujaku for term yose ana magwisa ntchito mene ujaku so we are saying good okay azukutan zikuthekadi when we saved the children we moved to second phase of the Future M because project mabanga fund the idea in ya Future M so we moved to the second phase ya Future M When umene ujaku, it was now good so we should further develop the prototype ija, so we should go into piloting so pano. Ndokuti as we are doing is only azoti kudeza kuja anagwisa benchito. So then we
how many systems did you put in data? You have said city umakhala.
Yeah.
So how many were there kudeta?
Ntamena ya my system awiroka.
Okay.
Awiroka, yeah. So then basinabanga prototype yachiwiri ndokapanga no pilot ukasungu. Ndo mene uja inakhala nakugisanchira na kuti solution yakulani ikuteka anaso aja kusangalala. Maona bekuti anaja kakhala pa system waja ena samafuna kuchoka mutena kumabwira kuti apange kumaganiza yani maka class amu mwamba amwe ezali akaniza maklasi amusoija kuti so we saw kuti ngati sikupanga chonchi ndoti anaja there because the main target was to help anaja. So if anaja one scientist was okay, I think this is the right thing to put more effort into. Then as moving forward, we also find other interested partners. Many they also invested their money in the project. In Paganaswano, we opened the company. So the company is the Accessibility Africa Limited. So the core purpose of the company is to scale now this solution. So it's a company aimed at improving education for special need learners. So using technology. Yeah, so like many is like our flag project. Yeah, it has been, I think, got a lot of publicity and stuff, but we also have other solutions being developed in the background to also address anti special needs. Yeah. So when we opened the company now, that was is this year, in January. But 14, that's why now we formally registered the company and start operating. Yeah. So since that time, January, kufika Banova, we have managed to come up with 90 systems. Yeah. But from the 90 systems, we have managed to deploy 20 systems, the 10 are in Deza, 10 are in Kasungu. So about we are still in the process of phase 1 of scaling. So phase 1, we aim to go into 14 schools and the plan to reach 140 systems. So 10 in each system. Of course, we also want to put some in the teachers training college, Montfort, because we want to go as positive, so they should get the concept of the system. School, yeah, school but just say for without his work age. And when I got to job pozila, wapita school na kulibeko, the teacher might as well request with okay, I need that project to something like that. So this is our phase 1. Even after phase 1, we're going to phase 2. So phase 2 is one way to go into 400 schools to plant at least 2,000 system with an aim of reaching at least 30,000 learners worldwide. So you can see what it's an involving process. Money is involved and stuff. And you also talk of sustainability. Yeah, of course, we partnered with Save the Children. We get some funds from Save the Children. Maybe what happens if one day funds stop coming from Save the Children, but the system still have to sustain. So that's why now we introduced other committees activities, which I think we haven't really implemented on the ground now. It's an aim goodie. They will aim at generating revenue that will sustain the system. Also help to move the system further. Yeah, if we feel good now, we have addressed the issue in Malawi, because we build it and be the we should start addressing the challenge. It won't make much sense if we go maybe to Zambia, trying to solve the problem in Zambia, we still have the problem in Malawi. So if we should address the problem in Malawi fully. Now then we can jump into other countries with the same solution, because the challenges are global. So, yeah.
What's the criteria for Masku Amenemu deploy?
Yeah.
Are these like just open schools? Kabena, you have deliberately targeted, because I know there are several schools for the blind.
Yeah.
Could the first target would be those, Kabena, it's just anyhow.
Yeah, ababa target ramp the Masku Amene are in the visual impaired kids. Of course, some schools are not like Chanchan school for the blind. Imang having got normal school, inside, but also anamene are visually impaired. Of course, we got access to the IMS data. So we could see which school has got more number of, so we aim to address them first, then we move mpaka na Wesego. Yeah. So in our resource centers, of course, in the rurals, there are some resource centers. I mean, Yamapanga provide education. Like for example, in Deza, we deployed a system at a resource center. So it's called St. Joseph Resource Center. So within the resource center, palima skulu atatu amene izungulira. So it's not only kids from the pamene pajapa komanso ina majoka maskulu ina maskulu ina mabwera sobali mabwera pomwe paja. Yeah.
Okay. When you look at the structure that you have taken,
yeah,
do you think you'll be able to move? I know you have spoken of different help that you have received along the way,
yeah,
of which mentorship is one of them. You know, why I was saying I've seen a lot of prototypes,
yeah,
startups here and there, and most of them you can't even trace kuti
nobody would.
And these were like very, very inspiring projects ukamamva.
Yeah.
And you'd think, okay, I think this could be of
good
huge
use,
impact in the community and whatnot. From your experience, 4 years when I heard about the project, I probably thought really Minaso Inat. I didn't know it's going on. I know there are some that I follow. I follow my friends on Facebook. I saw Pachakudi from those projects.
Yeah.
What could be the key that has sustained you to up to now that you are actually deploying these solutions, and what do you think needs to be done?
Okay, I think Ntawizambili is also on the zone. We're not the first one to come up with a solution which has gotten much attention to the public side. Most projects have been there. There are a lot of things involved for someone to sustain an initiative or a project. For me, I would say the discipline is key. You know, when maybe you receive support, monetary support, for example, find out what you can get. And all of a sudden you've gotten some grant again. So we use the money. We should solve our personal problems. Could get we just don't go learn a dance or get it. Zima pingiriza so gororajan la project age. Komano mwina ukapeza kathandizo kajo kupangira ntchito yomwe akuwuziza kuti utani kuti upangire. I think in that way umatenga so attention so kajani kwa anthu ena kuti utani kuti akuthandize kuti utani ngini yako izipitirira. It's a difficult process, to be honest, because umafunika kuti upange sacrifices ngini zambiri. Like me now for Ineo, there was a time yomwe I was doing the project and vanabwera offer ya ntchito inake yabo ntchito yabo yoti yabwino nde Ineo going ku ntchito it was meaning kuti ndauti ndisiye zomwe ndutani kwa anthu amene sikuti nali bobo komano basi I just okay, I think there's a why which was behind everything was just strong in me. I was just okay, let me jump into it. So until I'm coming na mwana ujamina namba initiative. So initiative ijatu akaudi ya vika bina bali bosi umano muntu jade personal level wali begena gali bosi. In the process akabeza offer ina agi ama kaudi mila tamuna ngukuzita zimezi jazi mbola ndubida mwini. So those are the factors that means wabangisa mina muna wafa project ina genta ina agi. Komano bezo mina project ya ina tabla kazi zanga zili zanga dizimene zizi. Yeah, and this so china so kambi makamina ngati structure. We should think sustainability ya chintu chicho, because maybe when you ndigamba chintu ndithandizo lochoka kwa inuyo nthawi inake mukati sindikuthandiza so ndoti njayerani chata. Yeah, komano whilst you are given a platform, whilst given a stage, you should also explore other ways. How can I make this thing sustainable? If iniyo ngati mwese ndipasa ndrama chinthu chacho chiziyani you still move on. So I think that concept nthawi zambiri imatani imasowa. Yeah, inso mina nthawi zina makhaza kuti mina ngati losing track ukapanga ngeni zija ukamayamba zinthu zamakhala mina uziyamba ndi energy inake yamwamba koma anopeza kuti mina zikafika pena pake you just feel like kuti apapa nde zilibo peza kuti wasiyaso ika effort yomwe umayika ija at the end waza kuti mina chinthu chachiyamba tani chiyamba kuzilala pang'ono komano at the end of the day I will tell you kuti there was always a why did you start this thing, you know. So for me the why in me is just strong enough to keep me moving, you know, because I think in the 4 years lots of challenges, but just say good, okay, why did I start this thing? So just okay, let me keep on moving. The other thing goes to people who structure zinthu zawe, like for example my fans othandizira anthu yanchani, you see kuti mina anayambisa program inake yoti apange identify anthu ena kamaluso ndikapasa kandrama kuti apange zinthu zawo zichi peza kuti zinthu jangozipanga ngono kuti ndizotheka sana zikhazikise bwinobwino upeza kuti akubwesa sokohotiswa inaso. That's a confusion because zimakhanga tikungomanga ma foundation a nyumba sinamalize, so ma foundation tena nyumba sangasangalasa ndi nyumba imodzi yomaliza. Yeah, so mafunika kuti anthu ajawa. I like the approach he has to children. Yeah, of course when I found it, I've had support from them because I've seen their structure. Kuti titapanga phase 1, they didn't just say good, okay, abasa titabomba. Tapanga phase 2, they just made sure kuti chinthu is moving, is sustaining. Okay, tajoka ababa panobati ababa tajoka abati ababa. In the process now, the other thing which I liked in the process, they also linked us with Imagine Livelihood, because Imagine Livelihood is entrepreneurship hub. So tikatenga technical support to next gen, we're also having entrepreneurship support ku Imagine. So you might matenga ku Imagine, which that would now more to do with sustainability of the project. Yeah. So to be honest, of course, Zambia you can get all the support. It always come back to you. Drive you into, as I said, why are you doing the thing? Why did you start what you're doing? Yeah. So if your why is strong enough, it keeps you moving. Yeah.
Talking of team dynamics and structure,
yeah.
One of the things that I've also realized about startups or innovators is the inability to bring together a team that supports the dream or the product, the innovation. Umata kind of idea, you're from a tech school, basically. Yeah. So you're thinking tech and whatnot. But to sustain the idea, the project, you need to have a team of other people that do other things.
Exactly.
Because sunga kajibanga iweweka train model jija, iweweka, you think you go and teach as opposite on how it works. You need somebody who has that ability to actually train you on how to use something. And then if you're thinking of commercially expanding, okay, you need somebody who is business minded. Yeah. How have you found that process? I have talked of you registered your company and whatnot. What is your team dynamic like?
Okay, I think the joint you cannot do those work. Unfortunately, what I've seen, I think in our space, I think we are more focused on the money aspect than making the thing to actually work. You know, the startup is there. Maybe the core thing is a startup which is there to fundraise money, not really as solving the challenge. So my cousin in Zambia is around. So Zambia couldn't I say, let's jump on this program. We should push it, you and I, us as a team. People are not getting kenagage my cousins or zovuta, because I think people always leave a back I have to sort this as my personal bill, and I'm investing my time in doing this thing. In so doing, I think it also leads to this in Jesadan. It's a bit of a goal. So I had the same challenge myself. So I think I was lucky enough. The space you might not know, you wanna dig I save the children, the next gen. My guys 4. So there was Believer, Obre, and Innocential, and DNA. So it's not really in terms of support, as you say, we get train work again. In terms it was just us focusing we should make this product not perfect, as perfect, but we should make this product user led. A user can be able to use the product. So my kaja so mina timatandi zana so roka because so to say space emoji. So when I mean we see like what I can Believer abwera so my guy the role tenti work project and stuff. The auditors and 4 the focus will be on my project. Tomorrow they would attend the focus project. Those the focus will be, and even I would tell you even the idea with the kind of controllers, it wasn't my idea per se. It was Believer. I was like, what's stuff? So you can see what the space manager. So moving forward, episode did I say a company, of course, maybe because money was flowing, so it was doable for us to hire someone and pay for the person's services. Yeah, so that's another issue because when someone knows when I jump to these guys, I will be getting something like per month as maybe monthly pay and stuff. Yeah, like we are not willing as youth. We should just jump in on something. You must see US and drum, and it's sad because when we try to think of self-employment or entrepreneurship and stuff, we should have that mind. I can work for years and years without getting anything. But sometimes I don't really blame the situation because the society which we are living.
I wanted to be asking, with with the way things are, everybody is looking for where his breakfast will come from tomorrow, his lunch will come from tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that possible? Somebody should focus on something, hoping somebody bangira Nrama in the next 5 years, 4 years of things like those.
Yeah, I think chifukwa society omwe tilimwe kuti mwina imafuna zinthu zambiri ndi zinthu bezotani zimatengabe kuti environment yako ndiyotani like the time I was doing is I was in a space kuti makolo anga unyumba anandivesesa kuti munthu yomwe siyena zipanga zomwe akufuna. Yeah, and I remember even bambo anga so kuti azondopanga ICT anaziwa ndili second year kuti ndopanga ICT anangoti siyena zipanga zoma akufuna. Venitabwera kunoko I had a chance when I was living with some family and also abwino amene sanala abale anga komana nakontenga kuti say you want to be in the long to be running your initiatives, you can be staying with us. So I was covered. I wasn't paying any bills and stuff. Makauti ndijabe basi nakuka ndi paisa maja anthu ena komano kakauti munthu uli mu space jakuti uli in town wena kuti upange
you need to hustle, pay bills every day at least.
Then it's over. No, you'll be forced to you should still find a job. Commando as per se, if we really have to develop as youth, as a country, even the capital benchito, ngatina my dreams and agamating kabanga didagali power over and the benchito. I think we should still invest time going back to my dreams. Because I think in that way it will make us grow one bit. Okay. Yeah.
What's the target now? According to the reports, you were granted 18,024. Is it euros?
Euros, yeah.
Euros, which translate to 38.8 million to support the Blind Classroom.
Yeah.
What's the target? For how long is this grant going to be implemented, and what target of students, learners, are you looking forward to impart as we close?
Well, I think first of all, before come to that question, I also just want to say thank you to everyone who has been involved. We talk of people, not people. Groups like Muni Fund, they have been key. Next Gen Labs, Imagine Livelihood, Save the Children. For me, Save the Children is like the mother of the project because they started supporting the project when it was just on paper. Teams like Africa Bees, they have also put in their funds to support the initiative, you know. So with the grant we received recently from Save the Children, it is run for a year. So in a year, we are supposed to go into 14 schools. We are supposed to deliver these 140 systems. We are supposed to engage all the government stakeholders, all the relevant government stakeholders. They should be on board on our activities, do the training, and we should demonstrate that we have reached not less than 800 learners in Malawi. Yeah, so Save the Children grants was an add-up on the grant which was within the company, which was sourced within the company. Because at first I said we managed to develop at least to put in place at least 90 systems.
90 systems, yeah.
Yeah, from the funds which were within the company. And this, with Save the Children coming, it means we're going to add about 67 systems. In so doing, we are even surpassing our target of 140 systems. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I think that's what we're supposed to deliver in this 1 year period. Though we plan, if we get all the government stakeholders on board on time, we hope to go into the 140. We're hoping to go into the 14 schools by earliest December this year, latest January next year, if we get the government stakeholders on board at a good time. Yeah, I think Queen would just be more of monitoring and evaluation, assessing how the project is faring, also implementing other initiatives which will aim at sustaining the project. Yeah, but so far we believe we have done a good job, and the team is motivated. The team within us is motivated. We grant from the support we receive from other parties as well. I also didn't mention within the process we also received both local and international awards which were awarded to the initiative. So we believe the team is motivated and we're going to deliver as well as planned for sure. Okay. Yeah.
Cool. No, I like to always hear stories that end, not end,
yeah,
but when you encounter and then you see the results at a later stage, when you don't even know, you go, oh, okay, Nani, what?
Yeah.
And I think this is one of them. Yeah. Like I said, we do in Bright, I just looked at this thing, I was like, I think I know this name. I was still being confused with the name. I was like, I think I know this name. And when you said, no, I want us to have this conversation, I was like, okay, now I actually remember this guy. No, and I think it's a beautiful story.
Thank
for
you.
Those that I have been watching, you wonder, what's this? According to Save the Children Malawi, they have invested 38.3 million Malawi kwacha to support the blind classroom, which is a bold youth-led innovation that's transforming how visually impaired students learn in Malawi. And Staff Nyoni is a self-taught tech inspired by caring for his blind grandfather. Through the Future EM projects, Next Gen Hackathon, his vision stood out: a classroom without visual barriers. The classroom is an AI-powered voice interactive learning system built specifically for students with visual impairments. Key features include AI teacher for real-time lessons and oral exams, joystick navigation for ease of use, homework notes and performance tracking, offline access for remote schools, gender-sensitive voice profiles, 100% Malawi curriculum aligned. Wow, this is impressive. And I think this is something that I've developed interest in ever since I spoke to Blessings in Soya from Nzoni. And I know that he would be very interested to just learn how this thing works and where he would be of help. He's an advocate for, I think, independence in learning for people that are visually impaired. And I should be able to just give contact so we can see where you guys can take this to.
Definitely.
And thank you so much for coming to Lab 20 podcast. Kuti tijeze tikambilane timve. I wasn't really sure what's there and what's happening. When you said no, there's some things that I wanted to share with you, I was like, okay. When I saw the blind classrooms, something ticked, but I knew it's something that we have interest in because of our previous podcast. So thank you so much. If you have any final words that you want to share before we call it a day.
I think I should thank you so much for giving us a platform. I think it's not easy. So thank you for having us today. I think the only way that will go to the public is that as a nation, maybe I'll start with the youth. I think the time is now. Let's use this time wisely. Because I think as youth, we have another advantage that we can work more hours than any other. So I think we should use this space wisely into productive things. So, and to other organizations supporting youth, I think we should continue doing that. In that way, I think we will have a better Malawi. Otherwise, thank you to everyone who has been supporting the movement. As we have said, 4 years we've been receiving supports, getting awards and stuff. We don't just take that as obvious, because we believe that having an idea is another thing, but also having people supporting your idea is also key. So we say thank you to everyone who is supporting our initiative, supporting our movement. We believe that we're going to deliver as planned. That one, we have no doubt.
All right. No, thank you so much for coming through, like I said. And to all of you that have been watching, if you have any questions, comments, I think anyone who wants to see more of our work, just on Facebook is Accessibility Africa Limited. Accessibility Africa
Limited,
okay.
On LinkedIn also, that's the same thing. So when you go there, you see most of our work. All our contacts are there. So, and maybe you have any space for collaboration and stuff. We're always open to things like those, because we believe a collaborative space will take us far than working in silos and stuff.
Exactly. Sure. Great. No, thank you so much. I'll be looking forward to what collaborations this conversation can bring on the table, and also the impact that it can actually create. Mainly kwanza twamene akuvutika kuphunzira chifukwa cha vuto la kusaona. All right, let's close there. Thanks, Vincent, for being there to record this podcast. As always, Asibe and Tapokela Cheritindwa for being part of this recording. Until the next episode, make sure you follow Lab 20 Innovations and also Lab 20 Tours and Safaris. We have a trip coming up, so go to Lab 20 Tours and Safaris, find out more details about that trip, and we want to see you going with us to Majete. Until next time, my name is Dennis Siman. Peace, and we're out.
1, 2